Hello, this is a short video to demonstrate OBS Studio and how it can be used for screencast recording and resulting in things which are a little bit more exciting than having the slides and the face embedded, which is fine, but everything that I'm doing in this video has been edited live and there's no post-production at all, and it feels like it's a way of making videos slightly more interesting. The purpose of this video is that I'm going to try and use it as a proof of concept to see what I can come up with to use in lectures. I'm also trying to demonstrate potential to colleagues. Not all the tricks need to be used, but there might be some things in here which you think you can use, and I would love to hear about them if you think you've got a trick that you can share back again. And one of the most important things is I'm trying to make all my mistakes now before I get to September, and I'm needing to teach at the same time. The content within this, I'm going to try and keep it short to a few minutes, but really it's just about the essentials to get you started in using OBS Studio. It's not a complete tutorial. I've learnt most of what I've learnt from YouTube or from Googling the problems and trying to put the package together. So this is just a short introduction. Okay, so if we get to the slides, I'll just get my face up on the screen here. Get rid of the music, there we go. So this is the screen in OBS, and what you see is, so you download it, it's a free download, and then on the screen, this is where everything happens really. So there are sections at the top, but then down the bottom we have scenes, and then we have sources. Now a scene, you will see several scenes in this presentation, and each one of them is made up of a number of sources. And if I click the different scenes, then it will just fade because I've got a transition over here, like I would in Google Slides or PowerPoint, and it will just fade from one transition into the next. What I choose to put in those scenes and how I build them up is up to me. So this is, I'm not going to go through all of them, but this is the first one. This is the opening caption. And so those opening captions which have music on, they had welcome text, which was the name of the content. There was a jazzy theme tune. There was the institutional logo, and then there was a colour source, which was the background. All of these have been added by pressing the plus button here, and there's a selection of items that we can add. So we choose the type of item that we want, and then we go and find it. So if I wanted the Marjon logo, then that is an image, and then I go onto my computer, I find the image, and then I upload it. So that was with a transparent background, that one, and it sits over the top of the colour. And I've added all of these. Once the sources are in, then we can right click the source, and there are a number of things that we can do to make them fit better. So there's properties, there's a filter, I can do chroma key where I can remove some of the image as well. I can flip them horizontally, I can line them up as well and try to get things centered horizontally. There's lots of options in all of these sources. What you can also do is use the arrow keys to change the layers, just as you would in any other program. I wanted my colour at the back, so that's why it's gone to the bottom, but I've just used the arrow keys to move things around. This is another one of my scenes. This is the second scene I'm going to show you, and this scene looks weird. In reality, this is a Google slide, and what you see here is this is the first slide of a Google slide, and this is the screen, the webcam being projected over the top. Now this is not actually black in reality, this is green, and so I've gone in and used the chroma key. So this scene looks like the external webcam, the audio from the webcam, and then the slides from my laptop. So I have another laptop set up, and that laptop is where the Google Slides are being presented. So this is slightly complicated with the chroma key. You don't need to use a chroma key. You just present your slides and put your face on it. We can have a circle if you want. You can move around the box. I can even move the box mid-screencast, so if it's in the way, I can move my face around different places. I can stick it in the middle if I want to look around me. I could be right in the middle of an image. But on this one, what I've done is I right-clicked the slides from the laptop, and then I went into the filter, and I chose chroma key, and I removed the green background which I put in on the slides. What that means is that the slides you see with me, my body, and the Google slide images and text coming up over the top, that's how that's been done. Final thing I wanted to talk about, there's an awful lot more that we can work out, but I'm trying to keep this as short as possible. The final thing I wanted to talk about was using OBS Studio with Microsoft Teams. So the easiest way of using it is as a screencast piece of equipment where we press start recording, I press stop recording, I then have a video file on my computer which I can upload to YouTube or to my institutional video hosting software, which in my case is called Panopto. But what you can do is you can use this to overlay content in Microsoft Teams or Zoom. What you need to do to enable this is within OBS Studio we need to go to the top of the screen and look at Tools, and then we choose Virtual Cam, and then we click Auto Start. We set the buffering to 0, which sounds complicated now but will make more sense when you're there doing it. We press Start. What that means is it sets this up so that we can use it in Microsoft Teams. And then go to Microsoft Teams, and if I click my profile picture at the top and then choose Settings and Device and then scroll down, there's an option for camera, and we can actually change the camera. So the default setting is to use the video cameras on our computers, but we can change that to be OBS camera if I've set it up appropriately. What that does is it allows us to use all these gadgets in Teams if we want to use that in tutorials, which allows us to put up, I had a moving thumb the other day or a wave. We can even put sound effects in if you want as well, which used properly, used well, could make the tutorials a bit more exciting than mine have previously been. That's pretty much it for content. We'll just see if I can give you a summary now. So I am just going to set this one up. Here comes the music. And there we go, we're back. Now we're back in Google Slides, and I've got some summaries set up just up here. So the idea of this slide set was just a proof of concept. It was a chance for me to make my mistakes and trying to demonstrate some of the potential. One thing that I'm also trying to change with my screencasting is the call to action. So often in a screencast, a lecture, I think it's really natural to give the content and then to do a summary at the end. What I'm trying to do is embed a call to action, which I would have done in class, but is standard for people trying to sell things on YouTube, trying to motivate people, setting up, so it's the like and subscribe that I constantly get when my kids are watching YouTube. So I'm not going to say that to you, but what I am going to say is that after watching this, if you're interested in any of this, then you should download OBS Studio and have a go yourself. When I'm doing my lectures, I'm going to start asking students to do the tasks that have been set just below the video where I've embedded the video. That's it for this session. So I'm going to stop talking, and then I'm going to turn on the end slides, and I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for watching.